I've got a round coffee coaster here that measures 3 3/4 in diameter, and I need to dampen it just a little more so I can show you what I'm going to do here. I've got a initial I've drawn onto a piece of just printer paper actually, and kind of got it trued up. You can see my marks there. And what I'm going to do now is just set that in the center of this piece of leather on this coffee coaster here that's about 12 ounces in thickness. I'm going to use a C.S. Osborne, the smallest saddler's awl, that I've kind of polished and slicked that up so it won't tear my paper. And I'll just lightly trace over my initial C there. And this will leave a line where I can come back with my swivel knife and cut this in. This is good practice, and it may give you an idea for some craft items. So now I'm going to use my Berry King swivel knife with the 1/4 inch blade and cut this initial in here. You don't really have to, you can come in from different angles. You'll notice that I'm not cutting the entire letter in, I'm doing it in sequences. And turn that around so I can see my line, and I can actually turn with this hand and hold the blade straight. There's different techniques you can use, and the more you practice, the more you'll come up with a technique of your own. This is a little wet now to bevel around, but when it dries out a little more, I will bevel around this with a craft tool B802. I have a lightweight Maulmaster maul that I use for tapping. And other embellishments, while this is still wet, I can put like a wheat stalk or some cut marks around this, just to kind of embellish this coffee coaster. It's really good practice to just sit down and carve and try different things, try new things. If you're new to tooling and carving, you'll need to practice a lot just to get a technique of your own down and learn how to maneuver your swivel knife and your beveling tools. This can be rather enjoyable and relaxing in some cases. I noticed that my cut marks are a little smoother one way than they are the other, so it's good to practice on the side I need the help the most on. So I've shown you how to transfer an initial to a piece of wet leather and then carve in some design there to embellish the C. And like I say, after this dries out a little more, which when it's just nearly dry will be the perfect time to bevel around this.